You know you're really struggling when you have to microwave your eggs in the morning. This is part 2 of how me, clueless and overly ambitious, my wife, 8 months pregnant, Coda, along for any adventure, went from purchasing our first property into listing it 27 days later, ready to rent out. If you missed the first video, shame on you, go watch it. We left off on part 1 with just moving in all of our stuff, shotgunning water because we think we're cool and we're still in college, and getting about 5 minutes of sleep in the last 3 days. But we're alive, we're hanging out with each other, and golly, look at those calves. Didn't know already, calves are 100% genetic. I never train them. First job we had to do was paint the entire house. House looked like your grandma lived in it for about 74 years, had 12 cats, and still thought beige was the in color. And I promise you it's not staged, but by golly, I could just put on a Speedo and call it a bodybuilding show because we're showing off all the muscle today. Decided to go with a very light gray and contrast it with blacks and then white trim. Found out very quickly that Menards is about as good as a liar's Pinocchio. This gray seems a lot like blue if you ask me. So right off the bat, we're behind the 8 ball and redoing the paint job. And what kind of redneck operation doesn't include spray painting about 47 different pieces of furniture, a few silverware pieces here and there, and maybe a sign or two? After inhaling enough spray paint to take out a whole family, I decided that I'd go in, put the Speedo on, get the Crocs ready, and start painting. I was once told by a beautiful wife of mine that all the best ideas come from that beautiful wife of mine. So I was paid and required to say that, but as it pertains to this idea, this one hit it on the head. This paint job, as big of a pain in the ass as it was, really brought everything together. Hopefully my wife doesn't see this because her head's going to be bigger than my hopes and dreams when I tell her that this was my favorite part of the entire house. After about 7 more seconds of very restful sleep, it was time to let the pregnant wife get some more Z's and to watch the beautiful sunrise outside the front door. The post-weekend stats were very impressive. 7 shotgun water bottles, 2 all-nighters, 27 terrible dad jokes, 1 3/4 finished Airbnb, and 2 $15 ice cream cones because Joe Biden is our president. All in all, it was a very successful weekend and the girls were happy. Coda gets ice cream, my wife gets to be married to me, and I get to continue chasing my dreams with the people that I love. Stick around for part 3, you filthy animals.